Hello everyone, this is Denise of Something Beautiful Handcrafts, and this is my new boy doll. Um, I wanted a boy doll. I wasn't really sure if I wanted a boy doll. And I've been looking at some TLC dolls on eBay trying to decide if I was going to turn one of them into a boy. And there was even a nice one that was on eBay that had already been converted into a boy. I really didn't want to pay, for a brand new boy like Logan. And I figured I could make my own, like everything else, just make my own. Watched the videos on conversion, and a lot of the videos, they ordered the wig and put it on, and bam, just like that, it was a boy doll. So I had some wigs just kind of lying around. They were the wigs that Kit had on before I put her original wig and glued it down. So I had a curly blonde updo, a long curly, and a strawberry blonde. I decided I was going to use those. Now this was my second Sam. I'll put a picture down there. And originally I got the second Sam because the first one's hair was cut really short. Got the second Pleasant Company Sam and just really didn't have the heart to take her wig off and put it on the other Sam. Once I saw the difference in the wigs, I did like the cut one better. It's thicker and fuller. And the two Sams, they are a little slightly different. So I didn't want to take the wig off, but I didn't really want to have two Sams. So it seemed like a great opportunity to use the second Sam for something interesting. And it kind of makes me wish I hadn't sold the second Kit, because Kit could have had a twin brother. But in this case, we got Sam, and he's blonde, so he's not really Samantha's, twin brother. I was originally going to call him Solomon, but I'm thinking I might call him Samson because he did have long hair and I cut it all off. Okay, so anyway, I'll show you a picture down below of what the original wig looked like. The curly updo, you've seen Kit in it in the videos. And then I'll show you the next picture with what I did. So once I took the hair down, I'll show you the wig from the top. It was perfect, just like that. And it had the long flowing curls kind of at the back. And I just began to cut at as close to the head here, and the curls kind of turned upward. It was really cool. So you look around the back and you can see how the curls begin to turn upward. And I just followed that back line with the curls turning upward. And it's not a bad haircut. Hair cutting is not really my specialty, but it's not a bad haircut. I cut off the long tendril locks, and they're kind of like sideburns here, and did some combing and rearranging to the bangs. And boom, there we go. We've got a boy doll. Nice and easy. Turned out pretty nicely. Now, I'm not a big blonde fan. I got Kid and Kirsten. I would kind of like him to have dark hair. So at some point, I might get him a boy doll wig. So he'll have either dark brown or black hair. We'll see how that goes. I really had to decide how I feel about this because it was a Pleasant Company doll. And I've just been kind of keeping them the way they are, at least the Pleasant Company ones, and not really doing much to them. But like I said, since I do have another Samantha, and I did take the wig finally off that Samantha and put it on the other one, I don't know how I feel about it. It's just not as poofy as First Sam's short wig. So we'll see how that goes. I might put First Sam's short wig back on, about to lose Solomon / Samson hair. But I really think I'm liking this. So I think Sam is going to stay Samson. I'd probably do a little touch up on the lips here. It would be cool to have a boy doll for pictures. And now I've got to make a whole new set of clothing, which of course is going to be cool anyway. All right, so that's it. It was basically just that easy. The the American Girl dolls, they're children, and as we know, sometimes because children don't have some of the secondary sex characteristics, of course, that adults do because they haven't gone through puberty. Sometimes you can look at a little boy, little girl, and you're not sure if it's a little boy or a little girl, depending on what the hairstyle is. So the American Girl dolls are, I don't want to, well, yeah, they're a little androgynous. And so the putting on, maybe some extra makeup or changing the hairstyle kind of makes it easy to change them into one or the other. So I think he makes to me, a very convincing boy now. Hello, everybody. This is Nisa Something Beautiful Handcrafts, and I'm going to attempt to make my first wig. I was just about to say this shouldn't be too hard, but I guess we'll find out. This is not my first time working with hair, synthetic hair, or natural hair, or wigs, or tracks, or that kind of stuff. I just never actually sewn a complete wig before. So I'm going to give this a whirl. As usual, I combed through all kinds of sites looking for a boy wig that I wanted. I saw some I kind of wanted. A lot of them were blonde. I didn't want a blonde. And so I've got a lot of synthetic and natural hair tracks. So I figured I'll just go and give it a try and make my own. Now, first of all, this is a wig cap for a blonde, and this obviously is not going to be a blonde. So depending on how the coverage works, I may send this wig cap for a dip so that it will be black or brown or some kind of gray or whatever color I can get it to dye to, depending on what it's made. But this is really not going to be a problem for me. I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm just going to reuse what I have. So I'm starting here. I'm not going to go through all the steps because that would be a long video. Or at least in this case, as I make my first attempt and fumble around. If for some reason this turns out really well or decent enough, I might do another one and make a video. I just want to document what's happening because you would not believe the amount of people who don't actually believe that I'm doing the things I say I'm doing. Like, I really did open up the eyes for the number, 46, and repaint her eyes. And her hair really did look that crazy. And I really did fix it. So I just try to keep a documentation whenever I do these things to the dolls so that I can actually prove that I'm not just getting them here and swapping wigs and saying that I did it. Now, I know that sounds crazy to some of you because you've been watching me craft for as long as I've been making videos on this channel. But for some people, they're like, no, that was pretty bad. You couldn't have fixed it. So here it is on video. This is how we're going to start out. Basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to go all around the circumference of the wig cap. And then from there, I'm going to start building the wig all the way across to a certain point here. And then I'll do it from the front all the way across. And then I'm going to make a little spiral in the middle because that's the way I want the wig to look. Depending on where you want it apart, if you want it apart, you would do the sides. Or there's a couple different ways to do it, but that's how I'm going to do it. Now, as you can see, from the original tracks that I took off, there's already markings on here that I could basically follow. Well, now you can't see that. Well, yeah, you can. You can see how the lines from the tracks are still on there. So I could pretty much follow that route. In this case, though, I want the wig to be a little more dense. So not only am I going to follow this, I'm going to fill in the spaces in between. All right, I will get back to the video when it's about halfway through. Okay, what I've done so far is to put the track all the way around the outside of the head. Then I put 2 layers down at the bottom. Then there was a really nice thick piece of track that I put in the middle, or on the back, upper part. So now I'm going to put the middle and spiral it around. And then see how there's this little spiral right here? Basically, I'm going to make that same little spiral with a track and stitch that piece down. And then I'm going to try to cut it. We'll see how that goes. And here is Samson. Okay, the actual wig itself turned out really nice, as you can see from the top and from the rear. Everything is nice and covered. It's actually rather thick. The only problem is I'm not exactly the best person at haircuts. So he kind of has this really sketchy haircut. I wish I had left that to my mom. Well, he'd have a buzz cut if I left that to her. And so I have to figure out something to do about this haircut. I'm going to try to trim it up, make it a little better. Maybe I'll give him some spiky hair or something like that to make up for his bad haircut. But I'll have him all fixed up and ready for the holidays. So just watch the videos or my Instagram post to see Samson make his photo shoot debut. It was really cool making the wig. I really enjoyed it. I think it'll be cool for me to make maybe some wigs for the girls, as long as I don't have to cut them. Everything will be just fine. All right, anyway, I'm sorry. Thanks for watching my antics. Take care.